Well, it's day 28. This is what I'm facing. Big mess. Not really what I wanted to face this morning, but as you know, last day I was here, I just threw everything in and left. That won't be happening again. So first thing I need to do is clean this mess up before I get at anything. Goal today is to finish off the returns and give the outside of the camper a final sand with a very fine sanding block to make the adhesion of the ACM and the tape a little bit more better. Well, I've got all the returns completed except for the ceilings. I've got them all cut. I've got them down here marked. Closet ceiling, wet ceiling, and sleeping ceiling. Going up along here because I want to get the roof on first before I put those in, because there might be some insulation or might be some jigging around with the roof. And I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing along the curve here yet. So that's going to be another problem. Okay, so now I'm just going to clean up this mess, put all these little scraps away and the strapping that I bought, and then probably give the outside a sand with the very fine sandpaper to make sure we have a good seal with the VHB tape. I think this is twice as exciting as watching paint dry. What do you think? Hour and a half, hour 45 of sanding with the sanding blocks. I got all the exterior edges down to pretty smooth. So that should offer a good adhesion for the a good surface for the tape. Now we'll have to probably wipe it down with a tack cloth because it still is a little bit dusty, but I'll do that some other time. So that's it, folks. Day 28 done. Tomorrow or the next day I'm out, every day 29, when I'm going to test fit the windows. I'm thinking, because I may have to put brackets in there in order to screw them in. Not quite sure, not 100% sure. And next will be insulation, and then probably skinning. So moving along. Anyway, folks, that's it. See you in the next video. Hey there, folks. Day 29. And I put the window in here today just to see was there any need for any adjustments. So looking at it, like these windows, as many of you may or may not know, they sort of attach with a strip that screws to the window and holds it to the frame. Now I might have to fur this out a little tiny bit. Not quite sure. I'll wait till it gets the window in there. And looking here in the corner, I don't think I'll have to put any bracing or anything in the corners there. But what I might do is that you can see, like, the nailing strip is down here. It's right on the wood. So what I may do is get a little tiny scrap, you know, maybe a 1/8 strip, and put down here to keep this little nailing strip up off the frame, because I do have a 1/2 inch up here, and I have a little bit of room there and a little bit of wiggle room there. So that looks good. Another thing I was looking at are all those screws. As you can see, these are used windows. All those screws are rusty, and I'd like to replace them with something that's not going to rust, and those are all steel. They're actually number 6 by 1/4 inch screws. They're little tiny fellets. After going to all the big box stores, they don't have them. Now I did today pick up some metal screws. These look like they might have been opened. Anyway, 6 by 1/2 inch screws, stainless, as well as these 6 by 3/8 sheet metal screws. Now these will probably rust, so I'll have to determine what I'm going to do. I got to take a closer look at these and make sure they were open and I got the full amount, because it's supposed to be 100 in there. Also, while I was out, I picked up some more insulation. This is the 1-inch SilveRboard that we're going to be putting in the walls. I've got 5 sheets there that should do most of this, because where I've got some framing done on the inside is going to be hard to insulate from the inside. So I'm going to insulate it from the outside here. So I'll probably get at some of that today and try to get as much of that done as I can. Then we're getting pretty close to the skinning stage. I also want to do a deep clean on the windows and doors, because it's still, we did clean, but it's still gunk in there. I want to give them a good scrub, just make sure they're as clean as possible. As well as, yeah, these screws out here, the length doesn't really matter from sizing up the window, because there's like a gap in here. You can't see it there now, but although that just goes in a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch not gonna make any difference. So we'll see how that rolls. Okay, so let's I guess start cutting some insulation. I actually checked the box. The seal was broken. I counted them and it was 102. So somebody put 2 in the box, because it's only supposed to be 100. So I took one and I tested it in the I might as well show you. I just picked a random hole just to see. Plus these are Robinson, which is much better than Phillips, and it grabs quite well. So I think I'm going to use these number 6 stainless in these aluminum frames. Okay, so we got 13 by 38 down here. 13. Yeah, this is probably by 38 as well. By 38. Perfect. This is great stuff to look at on a sunny day. There we go. And just go corner to corner. And that'll give me a piece to go in there. Then all I gotta do is cut it. Oh shoot. Slipped off. Try that again. Perfect. I've got this insulation laid on my 2 workbenches and a piece of plywood underneath. There we go. And cut this piece. So you see, it's not a big job. It's just time consuming. Because if you rush this, then you're going to get a lousy cut. Pretty quick installation. They just pop right in there. They're a little tiny bit loose, because this is not like 100% perfect fit, but it's good. I might have to put a little bit of tape on the inside just to hold them in place, because when I roll this trailer around, they're going to vibrate a little bit. So I might have to do that. I'm not going to be weighing each individual piece of this SilveRboard. So I'm just weighing one sheet. And just because where the wind is blowing it around a bit, it's kind of hovering around 1.2 kilograms. Yeah, let's go 1.2 kilograms per sheet. That's what I'll do there. Whoops, there it goes again with the wind. Some of these pieces have to be notched because of the returns that I put in the wall. So what I'll do is I'll notch this piece. Then when I go to fit it, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you can see the little white edge. I had to trim out a piece. That's because of that edge that's right there. So may need some wrestling to go in there. Yeah, I won't be able to do that with the GoPro in hand, but yeah, I'll just come back in a second. Okay, see how it fits? It fits well. I actually had to go and cut about a little less than 1/4 of an inch off the length. For some reason it was too long. And what I did with these here is I actually put some tuck tape along the inside. I'm probably going to run tuck tape along each edge just to keep them from moving while I'm rolling around the camper pod in the garage. I'll do the same thing over there as well. Make life a lot easier. This is what I had left over from a 4x8 sheet for my reverse game of Tetris. Put the top on this Sharpie so it won't dry out. Okay. What I got done, I started back here in the back corner. And I was doing mirror sides. You can see right there. And this right here. I'll go inside. And those two, and that one. Didn't do that one because that one was an odd size. Didn't fit with what I was doing. Managed to get those, those two done. That one corner around piece. And some pieces down here in the lower sections of the trailer. Because that's what fit at the time. So yes, like I said, it's a reverse game of Tetris. I don't have much left over from my other sheet, from the one sheet that I have. So I'm thinking that maybe another sheet may do most of this. I have 5. I think, oh, and plus I've got the back here to do. So yeah, anyway, it's come together. I'm not going to do the roof until I actually have the FRP on there because it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So that will still allow some light to get in until I skin it, which will be soon. Fingers crossed. Anyway, that's it, day 29. See you in the next video.